So yeah, Gigaman is a cybernetic humanoid. The only thing I based him off of one of my favorite uh, anime cyborgs, and that's the Ape Man. That's who he's based kind of off of. Uh, the Red Lynxes, there are two of them actually, and they're twins. Um, they grew up on in a tough part of Chicago. They were raised by their grandmother, who did a great job raising these two girls. Uh, they are like the stealth of the team. They are great as a cohesive unit, as twins usually are. You know, they can basically think ahead of each other, know what the other one's gonna think. You know, pretty much what claims that uh, identical twins can feel each other's pain and things like that. But just because they're twins don't mean they're not good by themselves. They're even, I made it as if they're great as a unit, but when they're by themselves, they're even better. Like they can hold their own just as much as when they're together. So basically, they have like cat-like reflexes, you know, agility, everything like that, as well as they're skilled in several styles of martial arts as well. Um, and then there's Sujin. Now, Sujin is basically what I talked about before. Kenzo is a curator at the Field Museum in Chicago. I did my research with everything, and he is endowed with the spirit of the Shinto god of the water, basically in Japan, and that goes under Sujin Sama, and he can do basically when it comes to water, he's no joke with it. Summoning water, he can do all kinds of things with water-based abilities, as well as make shapes out of them, create weapons, from spears to tritons to swords. You know, not just water-based powers. Anything Hydro Man and Aquaman can do, I'm just using them as an example, Sujin can do just as well. And then there's Mega Woman, basically, and I'll leave off on her, but I'm really gonna get into their powers as well. But when I'm talking about Mega Woman, Cassidy was always a hero at heart. I wanted to make her a true hero, but not a superhero. And she is basically, before she became Mega Woman, she was a fire woman. And she had it rough because, you know, a lot of people said she couldn't do it, you know, because of basically, you know, this is for the big leagues, you know, she got roughed up a lot because of being a woman, and I wanted to play that off, that she never let that stop her from becoming a firewoman, and she made it. With all the bigots and all the people that said she couldn't do it, she did it. But once again, that's getting more into her origin. But her immune system is at a mega level. Everything about her is at a mega level. So, hence her name is Mega Woman. And that's basically the shining force of Chicago. And there's only 10 of them, but they're pretty much a pretty big powerhouse team. I didn't really want to make them too overly powerful, but wanted to have them based, you know, there's strength, there's speed, there's stealth, you know, there's godlike abilities there's, you know, armored powered heroes as well, you name it, you know. But I wanted to give them that base, but they all have ties to my character, who kind of helped them, and I based them basically, once again, off of reading, after establishing my character and then establishing Guardian Force. I said, you know what, and then I took a break and I started reading once New Avengers had just came out, and they started talking about and I believe the New Avengers were still hunting down the heroes, the villains that got off, that escaped from the raft. And I remember reading it, and they had it tracked down Electro in Boston, Massachusetts, and that's when somebody took a picture of Spider-Man and Luke Cage and Cap, Iron Man, and Spider-Woman, and all of them together. Somebody took a picture, and I think the local paper of Boston, I think the Boston Globe, I'm not sure, named them, dubbed them the New Avengers. And there was a meeting with the Illuminati, and Reed Richards is telling Tony, "So when were you going to tell us this?" And I thought you were going to I thought you were going to create a team based in Chicago and LA. And I said, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So once again, I'm going to get all into the story, but that's basically how that came about, how Shining Force came about, a superhero team based in Chicago. And then I made one more team, but I'll leave that for later. This team was based out in LA, actually. It was a West Coast team, and there's only 8 of them. But I'll talk about them another time as well. But first, like I said, I got to really get deep into the origins, because I really appreciate you guys really want to know more about my characters that I created, as well as love hearing from you, Respect, talking about your characters, and T talking about his character. Just right now, I'm coming up with plans of doing a story about a crossover between some of my characters, Guardian Force, meeting the Spectrum, and his villain, his T's villain, T's hero, the Spectrum, and his arch enemy, Raph. So I'm coming up with plans for that. But I do appreciate everybody that asks me about, my characters. PM Knight did his interpretation, drew his interpretation of some of my characters. I really appreciate. The fact is, he got consent. He actually came and asked me to do it. I really appreciate that. And if anybody wants to use my characters in a story about, just ask me. You have my consent to do a story about them. I'm giving it out to you right now. Okay? But thank you, Respect, for those 2 questions. I will really get deep into all my characters' origin. Don't worry, I will. So stay tuned for that. Got a question from the gamer, as usual, 79, and he asks me, basically, did you see the trailer for, he said, hey kid, I know you probably saw it, but did you see the trailer for Gears of War 3? Yes, I did. I came on YouTube, and I'm subscribed to IGN, and IGN had a trailer, and what it looks like in this trailer is it's Marcus's father, and he's running from the locusts, and next thing you know, where it looks like he's going to be killed by the locusts, Marcus arrives, you start seeing them, and all the rest of the gears come. But the real thing was that it was a female gear involved in it, which was like, gives me a question, like, we're going to have a strong female character in Gears of War 3. So yes, I did see that, and I can't wait till Gears of War 3 comes out for 360. Big ups, looking forward to this game, no doubt about it. Okay. And next question comes from, I wanted to touch on his comments he left for me on my channel. Okay. Okay, I'm looking right now. They come from. Hold on, still looking. I will be right back. I have to find them.